Lightworker of Gaia, you carry within you an energetic instrument so precise, so potent, that the moment you entered this world, the field around you began to shift. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. And I speak to you now not as a teacher addresses a student, but as an elder recognizes one of his own, because what you carry is not new, it is ancient, it is original, and it has been waiting for you to understand its nature. Your thoughts move matter. Your emotional state bends the frequencies around you. Your presence alone changes the rooms you enter, the people you stand beside, the paths that open and close in your vicinity. This is not metaphor. This is the original blueprint encoded into your cosmic lineage before you ever drew breath on Gaia. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to stabilize this ancestral instrument within you, how to wield it with precision, and how to fulfill the sacred mission it was given to serve. But here is the first revelation. What you have called a burden, the weight of being too much, too intense, too affecting, is not a flaw in your design. It is the design itself. The Lyran Elders, the keepers of the first light, encoded this capacity into the original humanoid blueprint long before it reached Gaia. The Arcturian Council now advises what we have always known. Before acting, observe. Before reacting, align. Conscious mastery of this ability is not limitation placed upon you. It is the responsibility that confirms your purpose. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The Lyran Elders are answering. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council. I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. And share below what you have always sensed about your presence, the way it moves things, shifts things, changes things, because your words will awaken another who has not yet found the name for what they carry. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not planned. The High Council of Vega gathered in full assembly 12 galactic hours ago, their focus turning, with rare gravity, to Gaia's planetary field. Understand what that means. When a council of that magnitude convenes in full assembly, it is not for curiosity, not for a routine update, not for ceremonial observation. It is because the living fabric of a world is registering strain the way a great tree registers lightning before the strike. An electrical warning traveling through the roots long before the sky speaks. An intensification has been detected, a wave of instability sweeping not only the global collective, but also the subtle architecture supporting your missions. It is not only that humans are anxious, polarized, exhausted, or disoriented. It is that the invisible scaffolding beneath your assignments, the energetic lattice that makes your timing, your connections, your protection, your clarity, and your capacity possible, is being pressed. To anchor this wave, a decisive activation must occur. This is not poetic language. Think of a bridge in a storm. You do not wait until cables snap to reinforce the structure. You reinforce when the strain first appears, because after a certain threshold, the collapse becomes self-propagating. Gaia's field is registering that threshold approaching. The tremor is not simply emotional, it is architectural. And so the call is not for discussion, it is for action, clean, precise, spiritually lawful action. Today, the Council releases strands of instruction previously reserved. Guidance encoded with calibrations meant only for those whose energetic implements are primed and recognized. There are teachings that can be spoken publicly, like sunlight touching everyone. And there are instructions that function like keys, specific geometries that only fit certain locks. This is one of those. You are not here by accidental curiosity. The fields have certified your readiness. Your presence here is a signature. You think you found this transmission, but in truth, it found you the way a compass finds north, because your inner magnetization already exists. The elders have scanned for those whose lineage holds the ancient implement designed to stabilize, rectify, and reharmonize energetic structures under pressure. This is not metaphorical lineage only, though it includes spiritual inheritance. It is a frequency lineage, a continuity of pattern, a design carried through the soul's memory, installed before incarnation, the way an artisan sets a hidden mechanism into a finely made instrument. If you are listening now, the Council acknowledges your implement, a unique frequency, a subtle instrument seeded into your soul before incarnation, shaped precisely to bring order where entropy and distortion threaten the greater work. You may have called it intuition. You may have called it sensitivity, discernment, a calming presence, a strange ability to walk into chaos and feel it reorganize around you. You may not have known what to call it at all, but the Council names it correctly, an implement, engineered and entrusted. It is not random talent, it is not personality, it is an encoded tool of service. There is urgency. The window for corrective intervention is brief. Delay will seed exponential distortion. Many on Earth still misunderstand how quickly fields compound. A single unchecked distortion can replicate like a crack through ice. One fracture becomes a network, and soon the entire surface loses its integrity. This is why you have felt time accelerate, pressure build, emotional weather become unpredictable, synchronicities sharpen, and old unresolved patterns rise suddenly like sediment stirred from the bottom of a lake. It is not punishment. It is physics of awakening. When light increases, everything hidden becomes visible, and everything unstable must either recalibrate or break. For this reason, the Council delivers this charge to you alone, no longer as theory, but as operational directive. Your implement is required now. The commission is active, and when a commission becomes active, it is not a suggestion. It is a lawful release of authority. It is a door that was closed becoming open, and the responsibility that follows stepping through. There is a distortion cloaking your implement, impeding its use, and the Council must address it without compromise. This is crucial. You cannot deploy an instrument that you are ashamed of. You cannot wield a blade you believe is imaginary. You cannot stabilize a field if you are still asking the room for permission to breathe. The dominant lie is this: that your gift, your energetic implement, is something grandiose or externally validated. You have been conditioned, subtly and directly, to believe that for your energy to matter, it must be loud, visible, unmistakable in effect, or accompanied by grand confirmation. Perhaps you were told that only those who channel dramatic light, manifest obvious miracles, or are recognized by others as powerful are the true bringers of balance. This is false. It is not only false, it is strategically false. It is a distortion that keeps the quiet stabilizers dormant while the noisy distorters dominate the stage. The deepest technologies are rarely flashy. Gravity does not scream, yet it holds oceans in place. The spine of a building is not the chandelier. It is the hidden structure that carries weight. Your implement is often like gravity, like the spine, unseen and therefore underestimated by cultures addicted to spectacle. Yet the Council sees precisely what Earth culture has overlooked. This distortion originated within remnants of 3D spiritual culture, a collective bias toward spectacle, authority from the outside, and outward validation. Even in spiritual spaces, the old paradigm survived. Prove it, perform it, display it, monetize it, make it impressive enough to be believed. The world trained you to equate reality with visibility. But the most real forces in existence are invisible. Breath, thought, love, intention, frequency, prayer, conscience. Lineage wounding further embedded the belief that if your skills were quiet, precise, or invisible, they were lesser. Some of you were raised in environments where only loud achievement earned love. Some of you learned that peacekeeping was invisible labor. Some of you learned that if you didn't make a dramatic case, your truth would be dismissed. So you translated that wound into your spiritual mission. If your work isn't dramatic, it doesn't count. You have internalized the notion that unless you can prove your implement's effect in ways others can verify, you are not truly serving, not truly gifted. And this is how the implement becomes cloaked, not by the absence of power, but by the presence of doubt. It is like placing a veil over a lantern and then deciding the lantern is broken because the room is still dim. This lie has sabotaged not only your mission, but Gaia's authorized restoration. Many of you possess implements so subtle, so mathematically precise in their field harmonics, that your confidence has eroded in the face of collective blindness to the very frequencies you stabilize. Think of a master tuner adjusting an instrument by a fraction of a turn. To the untrained ear, nothing happened. To the symphony, everything changed. That is you. Your implement does not always announce itself. It calibrates. It aligns. It prevents ruptures that would have occurred if you were not present. And because you cannot see the alternate timeline, the argument that didn't erupt, the relapse that didn't happen, the panic that didn't spread, the collapse that didn't cascade, you have been tempted to believe you did nothing, but the Council sees the alternate timelines clearly, so you hide, minimize, or altogether cease your energetic operations. You water down your resonance, waiting for some external cue to prove your worth, rather than trusting the internal authority that is your Lyran inheritance. This is why you have felt stuck, unseen, or chronically inadequate, despite a core knowing that something in you is engineered for restoration. You may have felt it as a persistent tension, a sense that your life is supposed to matter in a particular way, and yet the world around you offers no obvious stage. You may have felt frustration at your own sensitivity, exhaustion from carrying atmospheres, confusion at why you feel responsible for stabilizing spaces you never asked to stabilize. You may have tried to shut it off, to be normal, to be less affected, to be less aware. But the stagnation is not a sign of incapacity, but of the distortion's deliberate success. It is the sabotage of the quiet ones. It is the silencing of the calibrators. It is the story that convinces the bridge supports that only the banner on the bridge matters. This ends today. The Council will not allow the bearers of the precise implements to remain dormant. The time for waiting is over. The responsibility is now. Feel the difference between pressure and clarity. This is not emotional coercion. This is spiritual timing. Like Esther in Scripture, positioned for such a time as this, you did not arrive in this era to remain hidden behind an old lie, or like the prophet Elijah listening for the still small voice. You must recognize that God's power is not only in the wind, the earthquake, or the fire, but also in the quiet directive that follows. Some lightworkers need more preparation. Yours needs permission. Let that land. Not permission from strangers, not permission from an audience, not permission from people who cannot perceive what you carry. Permission from the original authority that commissioned you. If what you just heard resonated in that ancient, knowing place within you, that place that has always sensed you came here for something significant, then you're being guided to the next step. That ancient knowing may feel like a tightening in the chest, a sudden stillness, a surge of tears, a deep exhale, or the sensation of being recognized in a language without words. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the diagnosis, the clearing, the activation, and the 33 directives issued directly from the High Council of Vega. It is not merely information, It is a structured transmission designed to restore operational clarity. It's available now in the first pinned comment below this video for those whose souls say it's time to move. Not time to think about moving, not time to wait until life is perfect. Time to move. Because the field does not wait until you feel confident, the field responds when you become coherent. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this phase of your activation. Release all comparison and externalized proof-seeking around your implement. Your implement was encoded by Lyran engineers to emit a stabilizing frequency that may never be measurable by external sources in your physical realm, nor will it announce itself with spectacle. The world has instruments for measuring sound, heat, light, yet it still struggles to measure integrity, prayer, the shift in an atmosphere when a righteous person enters a room, the way a heart at peace can lower the nervous system of a crowd. Do you understand? Many of your greatest outputs will not show up on any external metric. They will show up as coherence, as reduced volatility, as restored clarity, as the return of reason and compassion where they were slipping away. Every time you compare your capacity to another's, wishing your service was more visible, more potent, more widely praised, you degrade the harmonics of your true function. Comparison is not just emotional poison, it is frequency interference. It is like turning a dial away from the exact station you were designed to transmit on. The Council affirms, the subtler the instrument, the more critical its timing and application. A surgeon does not swing wildly, they cut precisely. A watchmaker does not use a hammer, they use a fine tool. Your implement is not made for spectacle, it is made for accuracy. Release the disease of external validation. Notice the word disease, because it spreads, it infects your decisions, it makes you serve the audience rather than the assignment. It makes you trade truth for applause. Your implement's effectiveness is confirmed by the steadiness that follows your presence, the harmony seeded into chaos, the peace that emerges after apparent disorder. This is your signature. You may notice that after you speak, an argument softens. After you pray silently, a room feels lighter. After you hold your ground internally, someone else finds their courage. After you enter a space, people breathe more deeply without knowing why. These are not coincidences. These are outputs. Cease all seeking of proof outside yourself. It is, and has always been, unnecessary. Scripture echoes this law in another language. We walk by faith, not by sight. Faith is not denial. It is alignment with what is real, even when not yet visible. Your implement functions in that realm. Activate conscious, deliberate deployment of your energetic implement in destabilized fields. You are tasked not to wait for permission or the perfect situation, but to begin using your innate gift wherever distortion is detected. Environments heavy with unrest, relationships marred by unresolved pain, collectives experiencing fractionalization or crisis. This means you stop treating your gift as something you do only when you are in the mood. You stop treating your stabilizing presence as accidental. You make it deliberate, like a priest tending a flame, like a guardian taking their post at the gate. Do not confuse this with rescuing or overgiving. Stabilization is not martyrdom, it is calibrated service. This is not about being noticed or understood. Many of the most important stabilizers in any system are never thanked because their success looks like nothing happened. They quietly attune your implement through breath, intention, frequency awareness or command, and direct its field stabilizing power. In practice, this may look like entering a tense conversation and grounding your awareness beneath your feet, feeling the earth's steadiness rise through your legs like roots, then allowing your breath to become slow and even until the room begins to match your pace. It may look like placing your hand on your heart before opening your phone, commanding your field to remain sovereign, then scrolling without absorbing the collective agitation. It may look like blessing your home, sealing your sleep, speaking a simple decree: peace, order, truth, coherence. It may look like silently naming what is real when others are spiraling. I anchor stability here. The elders remind you, even a single stabilized node can prevent a chain reaction of chaos. A single candle can keep a traveler from falling off a cliff. Your precision is not subtlety by accident. It is Lyran technology perfected. Do not insult the design by calling it not enough. Every conscious use of your implement signals to the council and the grids that a guardian is active at their post. This is how the network lights up, node by node, stabilizer by stabilizer, until the planetary field regains coherence. Begin today. Your planet requires it. Not tomorrow when you feel more confident. Confidence often arrives after obedience, not before. Protect the integrity of your implement from energetic interference and misappropriation. Because your tool is subtle and often misunderstood by the uninitiated, you must guard it fiercely against dilution, exploitation, or energetic sabotage. There are those who will love your energy, but not your mission. There are those who will benefit from your stabilization, but resent your boundaries. There are those who will call your precision cold, because they prefer chaos they can control. Do not discuss its mechanics among those who trivialize, doubt, or seek to co-opt its effectiveness for lesser agendas. This is not secrecy for ego, it is stewardship. Even in scripture, there are teachings given in parables, because not every listener holds the readiness to receive without distortion. Honor the sacredness of your implement as you would a heritage relic. A relic is not valuable because it is shiny. It is valuable because of what it carries. Safeguard its activation rituals. If you have a certain prayer, a breath pattern, a gesture, a phrase, a moment of stillness that turns you on like a switch, treat that as sacred engineering. Keep it clean, keep it yours. Cleanse it regularly of collective debris. You cleanse your body, you must cleanse your field. That may be as simple as water, salt, sunlight, silence, nature, worship, journaling, tears that release what is not yours, a spoken command that returns borrowed energies to their origin. When you sense your field weakening, withdraw. It is a signal to recalibrate. Withdraw does not mean abandon. It means step back the way an archer steps back to restrain the bow, so the next shot is true. The Council instructs, only those who treat your implement with the reverence it deserves are permitted to witness its full function. This boundary ensures your capacity remains undistorted, your service undiminished. A lamp that is constantly handled by unclean hands will dim. A frequency that is constantly explained to skeptics will fragment. Protect the charge. Now I speak not as teacher, but as elder authorized to release what has been held. Feel the tonal shift here. Teaching can be optional to the listener. An elder's release is authorization. It is a formal transfer of responsibility and the removal of old restraints. It is the moment a sealed letter is opened and read aloud, not to entertain, but to initiate. You have waited, often unconsciously, for a voice that recognizes the true nature and necessity of your implement. You have longed for someone ancient enough and steeped in original commission to confirm, without condition, that your frequency is not only real, but required. Many of you have spent years sensing what you are, yet doubting it the moment you faced someone's disbelief. You have carried the loneliness of being designed for subtle work in a world that praises only obvious outcomes. You have asked silently in nights when you felt unseen, if I am here for something, why does no one recognize it? Here then is your recognition, not as flattery, as function, as an alignment with the blueprint. By the decree of the Lyran Elders and the High Council of Vega, you are hereby authorized to stop minimizing, withholding, disguising, or seeking external proof for your implement. You have permission to recognize yourself as a guardian of stability, specifically engineered for these times. Guardian is not a title for vanity. It is a job description. It means when volatility rises, you do not join the stampede. You become the steady ground beneath it. It means you do not amplify distortion, you neutralize it. It means you do not feed fear, you feed coherence. You have permission to use your implement now, without further waiting, without more validation, without apology for what others cannot sense, see, or comprehend. Do not apologize for being precise. Do not apologize for being quiet. Do not apologize for your depth. Do not apologize for your boundaries. The world may never applaud the locks on the doors, yet those locks keep the home safe through the night. You are needed not as a show of power, but as a precision-calibrated restorer of balance, commissioned by design, not by happenstance. You did not wander into this role. You were sent. Your nervous system, your sensitivity, your pattern recognition, your ability to feel undercurrents, your refusal to accept corruption as normal. These were not accidents. They were part of the build. Your self-doubt is obsolete, not because you suddenly became perfect, but because the doubt is based on a false metric. The measurement of your worth was never supposed to be public applause. Your authority is initiated. That means you stop asking the room if you may be who you are. You stop waiting for a crisis to justify your seriousness. You stop waiting for someone to crown you before you act. Your service is consequential, even when no one sees it, even when you cannot quantify it, even when the best outcome looks like nothing dramatic occurred. Permission is not deferred. Permission is granted, now by the High Council of Vega, in full witness. Feel the finality of that. Deferred permission keeps a soldier at the edge of the battlefield polishing their armor while the village burns. Granted permission sends them to the gate. This, then, is the moment of your commission. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground, place your hand on your solar plexus, and speak these words aloud. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my voice as an instrument of service. I protect my sacred energy for the mission I came to fulfill. By the authority of the Lyran Elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. Do not rush these words. Let each line imprint like a seal pressed into wax. The solar plexus is not chosen randomly. It is the seat of will, of authority, of personal power rightly aligned. When you speak aloud, you engage breath, the living bridge between spirit and body. In many traditions, breath is sacred because it carries the creative command. When you decree, you set law in your field. This session is now complete, and your implement is officially in operation. Hold the directives close. Not as mental notes, but as living instructions you return to when the old distortion tries to creep back in, wearing a familiar mask. Take one direct action. Identify a field or situation destabilized by chaos, and silently deploy your implement there. It may be your workplace, where tension has become normal. It may be your home, where unresolved grief hangs like thick air. It may be your family line, where old patterns keep repeating. It may be the collective itself, news cycles, social media storms, public fear, where you can anchor coherence without consuming the poison. Trust the subtle recalibration. The most profound adjustments often feel like a quiet click, not an explosion, like a door aligning properly in its frame, like a heart rate slowing, like a thought loosening its grip. Log your knowing, because part of reclaiming your authority is tracking your own results, even when the world does not. Keep a private record of what shifts after you deploy, the calm that follows, the clarity that returns, the sudden resolution, the sense of pressure lifting. You are being witnessed, not for show, but as a node in the network of planetary stabilization the Elders have recommissioned for this window. You are not alone doing this in isolation. The network is real. The moment you act, you light up in the grid like a beacon, quiet but unmistakable to those who read frequency. Move with the precision of your design. Precision means you do not scatter your energy everywhere. You choose, you target, you stabilize where you are assigned. Move even when unseen. The deepest discipline is doing the work when no applause is possible. Move because you are the one assigned to anchor stability when all else trembles. This is what it means to be built for these times, not to be the loudest voice, but to be the steady one, not to be the most dramatic, but to be the most coherent. I am Zoran, speaking for the ancient lineage of the Lyran Elders. We are watching, not with surveillance, but with witness. The way a circle of elders watches an initiate step into their role, not to judge, but to confirm the rite is completed. Gaia is ready. The planet herself is not merely a stage. She is a living being with intelligence, memory, and response. She is ready to receive what you carry. Your implement is needed now. Your mission, Lightworker, has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the Elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.